Hi, I'm Bernd Hugenholtz. I'm a professor of copyright law at the University of Amsterdam at the Institute for Information Law. We do a lot of studies for the European Commission, lots of other things as well, but studies on copyright is what I've been doing for many years, and I'm very excited to give a lecture here at the Instituto Autor on the recent communication of the European Commission, which was published on the 9th of December, which sets out a lot of interesting plans of the European Commission in the field of copyright. Well, the best thing to do is to look at what the Commission has published, but to summarize, the Commission wants to do a lot of things. One is to make cross-border access to copyright-protected content easier. One thing in particular that they're going to do is, and there's in fact a proposal for a regulation attached to the communication, is to allow cross-border portability of online audiovisual services, meaning that if you are a Netflix subscriber and you are on holiday in another member state, you can access your catalog of films that you are used to. And this is not possible today. So that's one thing they're going to deal with. Other things that they want to diminish are geo-blocking, and there's a discussion about extending the satellite and cable directives country of origin rule to online audiovisual services. Another part of the proposed package of measures is to create mandatory exceptions and limitations on education and other uses that the Commission considers to be essential for access to knowledge. Currently we have very little harmonization in this field, and the Commission wants to create a level playing field with exceptions that apply in all member states at the same time. They also want to improve copyright enforcement. Part of the proposal is about possible harmonization of injunctions and other measures against intermediaries. There's discussion about, and this is a very controversial issue, about hyperlinking and embedding, and more generally about whether or not authors and right holders should have more control of uses by online platforms and news aggregators. Currently, these intermediaries are making a lot of money without the permission of the authors, and the Commission wonders whether the definition of the right of communication to the public perhaps should be amended. And then there is a rather vague proposal to examine fair remuneration of authors and performers, something that is currently largely unharmonized, and that the Commission considers might require some further harmonization. I think that's an interesting suggestion as well. Whether that will lead to any harmonization proposal, we have to see. I would say it's a good idea. Yes, as the Commission mentions in its communication, authors and performers are often getting a bad deal out of their agreements with publishers and producers and broadcasters because of their unequal bargaining position. Authors and performers very often are not in a position to ask for fair remuneration in return for the rights that they grant to the producers. At the national level, in many European member states, we have such rules. They are very diverse, however, but we have such rules. We have them in Spain, in Italy, in France, in Germany, in Belgium. On the other hand, we don't have such rules in the United Kingdom and in Ireland. So there's a lack of harmony here. In my lecture, I will explain these legal instruments, the various ways of guaranteeing better remuneration for authors and performers. And I will end, but you have to watch the lecture for that, by suggesting that harmonization is actually a good idea. This is the last area of copyright that remains unharmonized, and it's probably time to do something about that.